Hello everyone, my name is Elite Trainer Kenway and I'm here to either fix or ruin the national decks depending on your perspective. It's no secret that of the 9 generations we've gotten so far, no 2 generations have gotten the same number of brand new Pokemon. So I decided to fix that. What you're watching is part 3 of a 9-part series dedicated to answering a basic question. What if there were 112 new species of Pokemon introduced in every generation? As I said a moment ago, this is part 3 and we're here today to tackle the Hoenn region. 2 weeks ago, we reimagined Generation 1's Kanto, that looks like this. And last week, we reimagined Generation 2's Johto, and that looks like this. For those of you who weren't here last week, here are the rules we'll be using. So, let's get started. We got our 3 starters. As I said last week, we're not going to rearrange any of our starters. Then we have Zigzagoon and Lanoon, Wurmple, Silcoon, Beautifly, Cascoon, Dustox. Then we have Sunkern and Sunflora, Taillow and Swellow, Doduo and Dodrio, because Dodrio is a really good Pokemon that I feel gets overshadowed in Gen 1, so I moved him over to Gen 3 to be an early route Pokemon. Apom and Ambipom, Yanma and Yanmega, Teddiursa and Ursaring. Again, I want to reiterate that yes, we are trying to keep evolutionary families together. However, we're also going to lock the 7 new Pokemon introduced in Legends Arceus in place, so Ursaluna will not be making its debut until Legends Arceus. Then we have Pinsir and Heracross and then Skarmory. And here we're going to fix something that should have been fixed in Generation 1. Nidoran needs to be a single species of Pokemon with 1 dex entry that exists as a gender variant. Then we have Farfetch'd, Zangoose, Seviper, Kecleon, Sableye, and Torkoal. Then we have Magby, Magmar, and Magmortar. Next up is Elekid, Electabuzz, and Electivire. Then we have Drifloon and Drifblim, Duskull, Dusklops, and Dusknoir. And then, because the Hoenn region has too much water, we're going to put all of our water types together. So, we've got Shellos, Gastrodon, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and Politoed, Quillfish, Wooper and Quagsire, Spheal, Celio, Walrein, Relicanth, Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorbis. And in my universe, Luvdisc would evolve into a Alola. Then we have Wailmer and Wailord, Barboach and Whiscash, Spinda, Slackoth, Vigoroth and Slacking, Makuhita and Hariyama, Meditite and Medicham, Ralts, Kirlia, Gardevoir and Gallade, Baltoy and Claydol, Lileep, Cradily, Anorith and Armaldo. Then we have Porygon, Porygon 2, and Porygon Z. And we can absolutely have a book or an NPC somewhere in the Hoenn region to tell the player that Porygon was created in the Kanto region, if you guys still want to have Porygon being made by Silphco. Otherwise, it could just be made by the Devon Corporation. Then we have Cacnea and Cacturn, Absol, Swablu and Altaria, Beldum, Metang, and Metagross, Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence, followed by our box art legendaries Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. And because the Hoenn region has too much water, our mythicals can be Manaphy and Fione. Now then, because we are reorganizing the Pokedex, we also need to reorganize our Gym Leaders and Elite Four. The Pokemon I just showed you aren't the only Pokemon in the Hoenn region. These are simply the new Pokemon introduced in Generation 3. Keep that in mind, as some of our Gym Leaders and Elite Four members may have old Pokemon from the new version of Kanto and Johto. So with that being said, let's take a look at our Gym Leaders. Roxanne should have Anorith and Wooper. Brawly should have Meditite and Makuhita. Watson should have Voltorb, Electabuzz, and Whiscash. Flannery should have Magmar, Numel, and Torkoal. Norman should have Nidorino, Porygon 2, and Slacking. Winona should have Farfetch'd, Swellow, Dodrio, and Altaria. Because Lunatone and Solrock have not been released yet, Tate and Liza should instead have Gardevoir and Gallade. And Wallace should have Alola, Whiscash, Celio, Gorbis, and Relicanth. Looking at the Elite Four, Sydney should have Cacturn, Honchkrow, Drapion, Tyranitar, and Absol. Phoebe should have Dusclops, Banette, Sableye, Drifblim, and Dusknoir. Glacia should have Celio, Dugong, Glaceon, Mamoswine, and Walrein. Drake should have Shelgon, Altaria, Flygon, Dragonite, and Salamence. And while all of Steven's Pokemon are available in the first 3 generations, I felt like I should make some change to his original team, so Steven has Skarmory, Steelix, Aggron, Cradily, Armaldo, and Metagross. So that's pretty much it. Here are the Pokemon introduced in our brand new Generation 1 Kanto. Here are the Pokemon introduced in our brand new Generation 2 Johto. And here are the Pokemon introduced in our brand new Generation 3 Hoenn. And that pretty much wraps us up for the day. I'm going to put this project playlist right here, where eventually all 9 episodes will be. And I'm going to put something else entirely right here. Probably my Master Dex video, because that's really popular. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon. Peace.